Hello. I'm just popping on Facebook or Instagram Live as well. So let me do that. Hello, everybody. I'm on two different platforms today, but just super excited that we're almost done with this week. Not because I don't enjoy the work week, but because this week has felt so long and I don't exactly know why. But I'm ready for a little bit of a reset. This weekend is our last weekend in the South, and then we head back up north. And then a bunch of other fun things are in store, but I'm just ready for a little bit of getting in my own place. So anyway, today I wanted to share how I go through the process of pricing, how I decided on my own pricing for coaching and the products and programs that I provide. And really, it's a step-by-step process that I take all of my clients through so that you can really feel like you have some purpose and profit already baked into your prices. So I'm going to be stepping through the different things that I take my clients through to calculate out what it's going to take for them to run a healthy, thriving, and striving business. So I have a free download that you can all grab, especially if you are an online business owner and you're trying to set your own prices. And this is really it's not necessarily a pricing breakdown, but it's super important, and it's the absolute first step that you need to take, which is defining your purpose-driven revenue goals. Once you define your revenue goals, you can more easily define how to break down your prices, and we're going to talk through that. But you need to know, what am I shooting for to make an income? And so often people do this entirely backwards. They determine what their prices are without really figuring out why their prices are going to be like that. They basically look to external resources, what other people's prices are, or what they think their market is willing to pay, which can be a helpful indicator, but it's not really a good indicator of where you, as the business owner, knowing what your costs are and what you need to live on, should be setting as your prices. So instead of doing it the entirely backwards way of going, okay, I have this product and it's going to be $300 because that's what everyone else is charging, it's often so much better, and it'll be way easier for you to sell and to share your prices knowing what they are based on and having that purpose and profit wrapped in. So the very first thing is setting those purpose-driven revenue goals. And when you set your purpose-driven revenue goals, what you're doing is you're including what's it going to take? What does my business need in terms of money to cover all of the costs that are involved in running this business that I am running? Lots of people don't go through and figure this out. They essentially just spend money on their business because they feel like that their business needs all the money it can get. And if you have that belief, your business will literally take every last dime that you make, and even then some, whether that's through debt or whether that's through and from your own pocket. So it is really important to define and even just start looking at your business expenses as they are today and figuring out, how can I make my business work, not increasing the expenses from here, but knowing this is going to be the one of the many chunks that it takes to run a business, and therefore help me define my pricing. So first is, what's it going to take from a business standpoint? Also, what's it going to take from you making an income and being most likely the main owner and operator of your business? What I mean by that is, what do you need to make in an income so that you can run your business effectively? So whether you are running your business full-time, then that's obviously just going to be what does your business need to pay you in terms of a full-time salary? And maybe it's not your dream salary, but let's start somewhere. If you have a full-time gig and this is a side business, then you can just consider, what are some things that I would like to be able to make from my business in personal income so this can really feel like it's been worth it. Maybe you have a goal of paying off debt or of saving some extra money, and you're not able to do that through your personal 9-to-5 income. And so you want to have some business income that pays you a personal salary that you can then take and invest or pay off the debt. So what's it going to take from the business expenses side? What's it going to take from you paying yourself side? Then we want to loop in the percentage of revenue that we need to set aside for taxes, because those are inevitable and every business has to pay taxes, whether it's, a corporation or paying taxes on your behalf as the business owner, which your business should be doing, and so many people's business is not doing. And what percentage would you like to set aside for profit, which seems counterintuitive because, again, a lot of people do this backwards. They think, well, I don't know what my profit's going to be. I'm just going to figure that out at the end of the year after I've spent all my money, which, again, your business will probably spend all of the money that you allow it to have, so you may not have profit and, in fact, be negative. So here we're going to pack in profit taxes, what you need to make in order to be a thriving business owner and your business can pay you a salary, and what your business takes, what it takes to run the business, and what those expenses are. So once we bake all that in, we can determine our purpose-driven revenue goal. And from there, you can break down your goal into different service offerings or products, whatever it is that you provide, and know, okay, well, this is what I have to give. And then you can determine, essentially, like, how many times do you either want to launch? How many people do you think you can get in the door from that? How many clients do you want to take on? So it depends how your business is built, but you can break it down in terms of those products and services. And then you can really get a specific number, a specific price from, okay, I think I'm going to sell 300 classes, coaching classes, or I'm going to get, 50 group coaching students throughout the year. And maybe that means you're getting like 12 to 15 every quarter. Maybe it looks like you are doing a certain number of speaking gigs, whatever it is that you, and whatever the way you make money in your business, you can kind of chunk it up. Now, one thing, and this is something I learned off of a podcast from an amazing businesswoman, Kate Northrup. She talks about leaving room for magic. And I love this because as a business owner, and I'm sure if you are a business owner, you've experienced this too, you've been doing the things that you're like, this is what I'm supposed to do. These are the ways I'm supposed to run my business. These are the products I'm supposed to provide. And you've been doing all that, but then you find that you make money also in all these other random ways. And that's the room for magic. So maybe you want to make $100,000 in the next year, or let's say in 2020, and you've set your purpose-driven revenue goals and it's $100,000 in revenue that you need to bring in. And so you start chunking that up and knowing, okay, 50,000 is going to come from my group coaching program. That's the biggest program that is the moneymaker. And, let's say each program is $1,000. And so I'm going to need 50 members and so on and so forth. And maybe 20,000 is going to come from one-on-one coaching. And maybe you take on, your one-on-one coaching is, say, $5,000, and you stay with them. It doesn't even matter. We don't need to rationalize our prices. So you take 4 clients for one-on-one coaching throughout the year. And then what do we have left? $30,000. So maybe you have like a 15,000 or a 10,000, but really you can leave, even 20,000 as much, or more or less, depending on what feels comfortable for you, but kind of leave some wiggle room to go, I'm making room for magic. I'm leaving room for magic, and I'm allowing my group coaching to take in some of that, or I'm allowing my one-on-one clients to get more one-on-one clients than what I've really set for myself, and that's how I'm going to make up that room. Or, I'm just going to say yes to a new opportunity. Sometimes when we get so tight and specific to the numbers, we then say no to things that we could have said yes to just to test out and see if it's going to be a good thing. So once you can break up these numbers, once you identify, like, I only want to work with 4 one-on-one coaches a year, one-on-one clients a year as a one-on-one coach. And I only want to have 50 people come through my group coaching program. And I only want to, work, and, my goals, my number goals are going to be this for this new course that I'm putting out. And you can identify what those are. And from there, you can start breaking away. Okay, if I need to bring in $50,000 from the group coaching, what does that mean then? If I want to work with 50 people, that means that group coaching program is going to be about $1,000. Now, these are really like very round numbers, and your numbers probably aren't going to be round, which I think is almost better. And some people like to see that. Some people are more comfortable with round numbers. I know that I am, so usually I round up. And I say, why not round up? But you can really do this process to start infusing your prices with purpose, but also knowing that you're infusing it with profitability, with the fact that you have to pay taxes as a business owner, with the fact that you need to cover certain expenses. You would never find someone who owns a clothing store or who owns, even like this water bottle company. They would never, we all know as consumers, for the most part, especially for business owners, we know that these water bottles, I think I bought this for $10. I know they can make it for way less, but they are accounting for profit, accounting for taxes, accounting for all the additional costs, not only how much it takes to make this, but also the manpower and the time that they have to pay people to run their business. And that's the same for, luxury brands. They spend way more money potentially on advertising and on sponsorships, and obviously on making their clothes maybe a little bit better quality. But there's so many more things that are included into the calculation of these prices. And as service-based business owners, we so often feel like we can only sell what our time is worth. And that, we got to get away from that. We got to get away from what would you charge on an hourly basis, because there's so much more that gets wrapped up in running a business. Even if you're a freelancer, even if you're an independent contractor, but also especially if you are that online service-based business owner, there's way more that gets wrapped up in it than just what is my time worth? And we want to define that. And so one easy way, again, is to step through the numbers and really figure that out for yourself. So you can download my Easy Profit Roadmap by going to wanderwealthy.com/roadmap. And that will step you through the system that I help my clients implement into their business so that they can feel like making and managing their money no longer has to be stressful. It doesn't have to be something that they want to pull their hair out, but it can be something that feels easy and helps regulate and add predictability to managing their finances, even on a personal level. And as well, in that download, you also get my Easy Profit Map, which takes you step by step through how to set these purpose-driven revenue goals. So it's a great exercise to do, and it's one that can be so eye-opening in terms of not just what should you be aiming for in terms of revenue, but also, where are your expenses as they, in relation to what you want to pay yourself? Do they feel like they're taking up all of your revenue at this point? And of course, how to price your services. And this is what I use to price mine, and it is absolutely wonderful. It helps me go into every call with confidence, knowing that I can be rooted in my prices and I don't ever have to take anything personally, because there's so much more built in than just how much my time is worth. But that's a topic for another time. So hopefully that helps. Download your free roadmap by going to wanderwealthy.com/roadmap, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye.